As I'm sure most of you know, the Pack-a-Punch was introduced on Der Riese, the final map of World at War. It offered a way to upgrade your weapons, allowing them to do more damage, give them more ammo, as well as having some unique attachments or abilities. For example, the 1911 starting pistol became the C3000 BO2, lowering the magazine capacity from 8 to 6, but turning it into a pistol that shoots grenades. The carbine becomes fully automatic with an insane rate of fire. Obviously, every game ever since World at War has also had the Pack-a-Punch. Black Ops 1 would continue this idea, giving most of the weapons a unique attachment when upgraded. The Galil gets a red dot sight, the AUG gets an underbarrel shotgun, the Commando gets a fast mag, you get the idea. And the more unique upgrades stayed around as well, like the 1911 becoming the iconic Mustang and Sally, becoming a grenade launcher just like in World at War, but with the addition of becoming dual-wielded. Another notable example is the ballistic knife. It gets more ammo, it does a bit more damage with both its melee and its projectile, and the projectile can also instantly revive any downed teammates as long as you're able to hit them. I can remember hitting some crazy long shots with that on Call of the Dead, like from the lighthouse all the way across the zip line over to the boat. Black Ops 2 was a bit of a transitional period. Some weapons, like the M16 and the FAL, kept their original upgraded versions, while other weapons gave you the chance to customize them to your liking, pack-a-punching multiple times to switch between different attachments. It only costs 2,000 points to change the attachment, even though the prompt still shows that it'll be 5,000. And that's really what I wanted to do in this video today, is just go over all of the weapons in Black Ops 2 that can be double pack-a-punched, as well as any of the weird features or quirks or anything like that about it. Starting with the base game, almost all of the pistols on Transit have multiple attachments. The Dual 5.7 and the Mustang and Sally are the only pistols that can't be double pack-a-punched, but the Dual 5.7s do have an odd quirk of not getting full ammo when you first upgrade them. Once you get a max ammo, you'll see that you actually get a bit more reserve ammo than when they came out of the pack-a-punch. The SMR has this problem as well, and it also gets its reserve ammo drastically reduced when you double pack-a-punch it. By default, it can hold 420 in reserve, and it goes all the way down to 210 once you pack-a-punch it again. Anyways, back to the pistols. All of them, except for the Executioner, can have a fast mag or a long barrel. The Executioner doesn't get the fast mags. I also forgot to mention that the Python cannot be double pack-a-punched. I never realized until now just how many pistols are in this game. For the shotguns, the Remington, S12, and M1216 can all get a long barrel or a reflex sight. The S12 also gets a fast mag along with one of the other two attachments. Moving on to the ARs, the SMR, M8A1, Type 25, and MTAR can all have the MMS sight, reflex sight, and the target finder sight. The M8, Type 25, and MTAR can all get the EOTech sight, and the Type 25 and MTAR can also get the grenade launcher. The Type 25, much like the S12, it will also always have a fast mag along with whatever other attachment it has. And the SMR always gets a custom smiley face reticle on a hybrid sight the first time you pack-a-punch it. Once you double pap it, that goes away. For the rest of the weapon categories, I'm going to include the DLC maps and weapons since they don't have anything to compare them with on Transit. The Chicom and PDW share almost no attachments, with the only one in common being the reflex sight. The PDW can get the MMS and the target finder, while the Chicom gets fast mags and select fire, which allows it to toggle between burst and full auto. The Scorpion also gets fast mags, as well as the target finder and reflex sight. The DSR and the Ballista are both able to remove the scope and get iron sights. I know the Ballista in the multiplayer could use iron sights, but unless there is one in the campaign, I believe that the only way to get iron sights on the DSR is zombies. But, I mean, it's been a long time since I played the campaign, so it could have been in the campaign as well. I don't remember. The only other attachment for the Ballista is an ACOG sight, while the DSR gets a variable zoom or a suppressor. I've actually already covered this in another video, but as far as I can tell, the suppressor doesn't give you any benefit other than an aura buff for sounding cool. The hammer and LSAT both get the same set of attachments, being the grip, target finder, ACOG sight, and reflex sight. And as for the DLC/map specific ARs, the M27 and the AN94 both get a reflex sight, target finder, and MMS. The AN94 also gets a grip, and the M27 gets an EOTech sight. However, the EOTech doesn't actually appear on the gun and shows up as iron sights, which effectively is like you don't have any attachment on it at all. The only way to see that it's supposed to have an EOTech sight is if you drop it on the ground and then look at the prompt to pick it up, which you would not be able to do during normal gameplay. And that is all the weapons in Black Ops 2 that can be double pack-a-punched. But before I end it, there is actually one more thing that I want to cover. In Black Ops 2, for the most part, you're not able to get wall weapons from the box. The exception to this is on Origins, where there actually are a few wall weapons in the box. But if you get them from the box, they'll have a unique attachment that isn't available on the wall version of the weapon. The MP40 gets a stock, while the B23R and the AK-74U get an extended mag. What's interesting is that even though you can't double pack-a-punch the MP40 or the AK-74U, you can still double pack-a-punch the B23R that you get from the box. And since the extended mag is already on the weapon by default, you actually get to keep it along with either the long barrel or the fast mag. Not exactly the most thrilling discovery when you have so many more powerful weapons, but I mean, I just thought it was a little interesting tidbit to throw in at the end there. Alright, and now that is all of the weapons in Black Ops 2 that can be double pack-a-punched, as well as all the available attachments, the quirks and oddities, and anything weird going on with the mechanic. And I'm sure there's already a comment about it, but I know it's not technically a double pack-a-punch since you can pack-a-punch it more than twice, but that's what everyone calls it in Black Ops 3, so I'm calling it that here as well. And if I missed any attachments, feel free to let me know in the comments. I spammed each weapon into the pack-a-punch like 15 times, but there's always a chance I could have missed one or two if I got really unlucky. And I would say that I checked the wiki, but, you know, the wiki isn't always the most accurate either. And if you made it to the end of the video, you're awesome. Thank you all so much for watching. This is your reminder to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell, and if there is one, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.